I'm Stacy Gordon. Welcome to a special edition of That's My Jam. It seems crazy, but today is my 50th YouTube video. Every now and then I get to a level where I feel like I need to stop and regroup and think about what I'm doing, and this is one of those times. I started filming my videos at the beginning of the fall. So far, just about everything I've done has been kind of heavy winter comfort food type dishes. Moving into spring and summer, I'm going to transition into a few lighter dishes, things that you can eat on a hot summer day. Several times now, I've had people approach me and say, "Hey, I watched your video on chili, and I'd really like to make that, but it would be so much easier if you could write the recipe out for me." I'm going to put together a cookbook with recipes from my first 50 videos. Now, this is a pretty labor-intensive process, so I'm going to need a few weeks to get everything together. Thank you so much to those who've stuck with me this far. I hope you'll keep hanging in there because I've got a long way to go. So enough chitter chatter, enough State of the Union. We are going to make something to eat today. Y'all, I have been determined to learn how to make scones. My first attempt, not so good. My second attempt was quite good. We're going to start out today with a big old bowl. I'm going to add 2½ cups of flour, 1/4 cup sugar, 1 tablespoon baking powder, and 1 teaspoon salt. I'm going to mix up these dry ingredients. Next, I've got 1 stick of cold butter that I've cut into slices. This next step involves getting in there a little bit, so I've removed my rings and thoroughly washed my hands. I'm going to start adding this butter. I'll use my dough blender to start mixing this butter in with my dry ingredients. I've also learned that just kind of mashing this mixture like this will flatten out some of those cold butter chips and help you to have a better texture on your scones. The consistency of this mixture is very, very important. So that's why you use cold butter. You want those chips to remain in there. You want this to be like a coarse sand. To that mixture, I'm going to add just under 1/2 cup chocolate chips. And now about the same amount of dried cherries, just under 1/2 cup. We'll give this a light blend. In a fresh bowl, I'm going to combine 2/3 cup buttermilk with 1 egg. I'm going to add a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and I'm going to whisk all of that together. Now, I'm going to pour this liquid mixture into my dry mixture, and I'm going to mix this with my spatula until all the dry batter is moistened. You want to make sure all of the dry batter is moistened, but you don't want to overmix. You might have to stick your hands in there just a little bit to get to those pieces of dry mixture that just don't want to cooperate. Next, I'm going to tear off a piece of parchment paper. Now we're going to remove our mixture from the bowl. And we're going to start forming this into kind of a cake shape. What I have looks like this. Now I'm going to fold up this parchment paper and put this entire thing in my freezer for just a few moments. With my dough in the freezer, now I'm going to start to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. If you're enjoying this video so far, I'd really appreciate if you'd go down and hit the like button for me. And if you enjoy the content on this channel, please consider subscribing. While we're waiting for our oven to preheat, I'm going to crack an egg into this bowl. Add just a splash of water. And I'm going to whisk this together. I'm not quite ready to use this yet, so we're just going to set this egg wash mixture aside. So far, I've been having good luck using this heavy scone pan. It's not necessary to use one of these if you don't want to, but I like the results from it. I'm going to give this a very light coating of baking spray. I've removed my dough from the freezer. Hopefully I haven't handled it too much or worked it too much. Less is more when it comes to this dough. I'm going to use my pastry knife and start to cut this up. Eight slices. I'm going to carefully transfer each slice into my scone pan. Now, let's go get that egg wash. We want to lightly coat the top of each scone with our egg wash. I'm ready to put my scones in the oven. We're going to bake those for 20 minutes or until they're lightly golden. Holy moly, y'all. I can't wait for these to cool. Let me show y'all how easily the scones come out of this Nordic pan. Beautiful. This scone is light, it's fluffy, it's beautiful. I see pieces of cherry and chocolate in there. Let's see what we've got. Y'all, it's delicious. The thing I love about a scone is it's not too sweet. I thought about adding a cherry glaze to the top of this. Now I'm glad I didn't because it's just perfect the way it is. I feel like I should be having some tea or something. I sincerely want to thank you for 50 fun videos. When I suddenly stopped working, I was pretty depressed. Doing these videos has really helped lift my spirits and give me something to do. And if nothing else, maybe my kids and one day my grandkids can carry on the recipes that I made. See you next week. Until then, turn off the TV, turn on some music, and just keep jamming.